One of the challenges when having ADHD and moving to a new country is getting your medication. And one of the reasons for this is that most ADHD medications are stimulants. So they are in the same class as things like methadone, morphine, and so they're very strictly and tightly controlled and very difficult to get hold of. And in some countries they're outright banned. So the backdrop to this conversation was I was meeting up with my sister who lives in Sydney and also has ADHD, and I wanted to find out from her had she managed to get her ADHD medication, and she basically said no. I went to a doctor and they said they cannot give it to me. They had to give me a referral and I have to go to a psychiatrist, which she's going to soon. So I was kind of sour at this because I had gone through, it was a mission to get my ADHD medication in the UK, and as a result of that I had gotten all the documentation that I wanted, and I was like, look, I don't think I will have the same issue because I have all the documentation that they could possibly want. But anyway, she was like, no, well, that's not been my experience. I was like, I was quite sour at the prospect, so I tried to phone a few psychiatrists to see if they would give me an appointment directly, and they were like, no, you need to get a referral. So anyway, I made an appointment with my first forays into Australian healthcare. Made an appointment with a doctor, saw him today, and brought with me the documentation I had as well as the actual medication, just to show that I take it, which is this Alvance. And surprise, surprise, he checked on his computer for a few things. There's a toll-free number that I think they can find. He was like, oh, but you're not, I was still registering for a thing that they call Medicare here. And if you're going private, it shouldn't be an issue. And so lo and behold, he was able to print me out a computer-generated script, which I was amazed and very pleased by. I had to go back to him because the pharmacy said they have to handwrite it, which I forgot about. That's one of the things I checked. But Australia is quite strict with this, so I was quite surprised because from what I can see, most doctors need a permit and stuff to prescribe this. Only psychiatrists can normally do this, so because it's a Schedule 8 drug here. So I was just like, oh, I don't want to have to go to a psychiatrist before I start working stuff, because it's very expensive to go privately, and also the waiting times for psychiatrists are so long. So I am very pleased with this. So just if it helps other people, the documentation, what most countries, or at least countries like the UK and Australia, what they are looking for is that you basically your diagnosis meets the DSM-5 criteria, which is from I think the American Psychological Association or whatever it is. If you can have a report, and when I say report, it's like a one-page thing with that on, then you kind of set, and that will help. If you're not wanting to change your medication and stuff, you should be all good to go. And that's the way it should be. There's no need for me to see an Australian psychiatrist to confirm what people in multiple countries have already confirmed, that I have this disorder. I need to be on medication. It's actually just a waste of time and money. Unless I'm wanting to change treatments or change doses and stuff, there should be no need to do that. So anyway, so far so good. Who knows, maybe next month I'll go and get this and there'll be an issue. But yeah, I'm very, very surprised. Thought I was going to do a video raging about the Australian state. Genuinely, I was like, if I have to go to fucking court and fight the Australian government over this, I will. Because no one is coming between me and my meds. So yes, so yeah, the drug, it's different brand names, but the active ingredient is lisodexamphetamine. In the UK it is called Alvance, and in the US and in South Africa and Australia they market this as Vyvanse. When I was living in South Africa, this was not even available. It's one of the reasons I wanted to go live in European countries, because they actually have this. And for me, it's been life-changing. But I'll talk about more of that when I make a video about my UK experiences and stuff. But yeah, definitely if you're coming from the US, you need to make sure you have a detailed report explaining your ADHD diagnosis. It is not sufficient just to say from your doctor or psychiatrist or whatever, this person has ADHD. It will not be accepted. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful time, and I will see you next time. So bye-bye.